Humboldt County is home to 135,000 people. Because it's located in such a remote area, access to resources is low, causing poverty and food prices to remain high. 14% of the county's population faces food insecurity, the third highest rate in California. In response, nonprofit organizations across the region are working to reduce this number, the Food for People Food Bank being one of them.
The original Food for People is very humble, hippie, grassroots, and over 45 years we've grown into an organization that serves all of Humboldt County. We are a 501c3 nonprofit. We are an independent organization, and currently Food for People serves 21,000 people a month, which is 15% of Humboldt County. Our food bank here really focuses a lot on giving people as many healthy options as we can, and trying to meet that goal despite growing need. So we make sure that everybody who comes to our distributions is getting access to a wide variety of fresh fruits and vegetables, in addition to frozen goods, refrigerated goods, and shelf-stable goods.
In partnership with Food for People, Harvest Hub is another program that delivers nutritious food to thousands of people in Humboldt.
We really opened in 2023. We started piloting with Food for People just because we didn't want to open up all at once and then be like, oh no, we don't know what we're doing, and start out on a bad foot with a bunch of people. So Food for People, our local food bank, is really, really awesome. They already worked with a lot of local farmers, so they sort of like understood how to scale their relationships from like large distributors like Cisco down to like our individual farmers. At the end of 2024, combined with 2023 numbers, we've provided about $1 million of extra food or of extra money to our farmers. Something I like to brag about with that is that, it's not just money that's staying in our community, because it's like through like primarily schools, Food for People, and tribes who all have grant funding to be able to purchase local food. So like that $1 million wasn't in Humboldt before, and like we brought it into our community through our farmers. When we launched, because of just who we are as an organization and what we wanted to do, those are primarily who we work with. Our largest customers are schools, tribes, and Food for People. We have, obviously some restaurant customers, but we mostly work with nonprofits and tribes and, schools. If a child isn't getting enough food at home, or if they're not getting fresh produce, things like that at their house, at least every single day they're eating food in their cafeterias.
Growing up in Humboldt County, adverse childhood experiences has always been a conversation that's been held. One of those struggles that a lot of students have here in Humboldt County is food insecurity, and I feel Humboldt County as a whole has a lot of resources that can be used to help students and individuals. I myself have used these resources. The local food banks can give you food on a monthly basis to help support you and your family based off of size. Along with that, within our elementary school system, we have programs that give students who are under a certain financial bracket food to have support them throughout the week. So even though you were in the system of poverty, you are still able to get the nutrition that you need with the support system Humboldt County has.
In addition to cultivating a healthy food environment beginning with the youth, these programs are also creating safe, trusted spaces for all.
I really believe that food is a basic human right. No arguments. We want this to be a kind space, a friendly, supportive space, and also make sure that people never feel like they owe us anything in order to receive a food box. One of our philosophies is making services low barrier, and basically all you have to do is show up here, and that's it. We can't have for-profit entities in charge of food. That's just like counter to everything, so it needs to be community-built initiatives. It needs to be, how do we work together? Like the Harvest Hub can't be the only one who's like building up our food system. So who can we partner with? Who can we work with? Who can we, as a nonprofit, we can access grant funding that maybe other entities aren't able to access. So how can we maybe provide infrastructure to other entities that can be shared infrastructure, so that, farmers and smaller buyers or smaller distributors are able to use that. So I feel like the more relationships that we have and the more just like small pieces come together,
it's going to be more resilient. If you have a single piece of stone in an earthquake, it could crack and fall apart. And that is what our current food system is. And that's why we're seeing all of these cracks and eventually it's just going to crumble, right? Whereas if you have a building that's all of these little stones that are perfectly balanced together, an earthquake happens, maybe a couple stones fall away, but you have all of that support that really holds it together.
In Humboldt, food insecurity remains a pressing social issue, deeply tied to the privatization of food systems. Yet organizations like Food for People and Harvest Hub are working to change that, actively building a healthier, more sustainable local food web to combat hunger. Their efforts are helping to reframe access to nutritious food as a fundamental human right, one that is becoming more resilient and sparking broader public conversation. Reporting from Arcata, California for Cal Poly Humboldt's video production, I'm Brooke Macdonald.